Hi everybody, my name is Søren Salamo. I am the chair for the Technology and Innovation Management Research Group, and in the following slides I will give you a brief introduction to my research group, but then I'll talk in particular about what kind of courses we offer this term, so this winter term 21-22. This will start with a little bit on our teaching philosophy, what guides our teaching in general, about our overarching teaching portfolio, then what we will offer this term, and then I'll go through each individual course or module to give you an insight into what exciting and interesting courses we are offering this term. So please join me on this journey on what the TIM Research Group is offering to you in the winter term 21-22. So this slides give you an overview of who we are. The two bottom rows are consisted of Ira Rosenberg, who's our team assistant, Birgit Penjer, who's a postdoc at the TIM Research Group, and then a long list of PhD fellows who all jointly engage in delivering an interesting teaching portfolio to you. Besides myself, we also have three other professors attached to the TIM Research Group. One is Professor Eric Schott, who's been teaching at TU Berlin for many years already, and who's a seasoned consultant related to project management in particular, and who is bringing in competences related to project management and how that connects to sustainability and to innovation in particular. Then we have Olaf Berlin, the former CEO of Osram and now a CEO of an energy equipment manufacturer, who also teaches courses related to corporate innovation management. And we have Heide Baumann, our news professor in the group, who is the chief operating officer at Vodafone Germany and who comes from a research background when she pursued her PhD at Cambridge University, looking at gender issues, and who will connect gender issues with innovation and digital transformation. So you see, we offer a broad range of different competencies which we bring to the table in our courses in technology and innovation management. And not to forget, we can only deliver our courses with a great team of student teaching assistants. As you can see, currently we have Celine, Karim, and Anindya on board, and we have a few open positions to be filled, hopefully in very short time. So we as professors, all PhDs, fellows, postdocs, and our student TAs, we're here to deliver you the course portfolio of the TIM Research Group. Let me give you a brief glimpse of our teaching philosophy. All our courses are driven by learning objectives, meaning that we try to define what we want you to learn through our courses, and hence conceptualize our courses that we potentially achieve maximum learning along these objectives. We build on theory. Theory provides us with the conceptual basis on the different issues we look at in technology and innovation management. We then contrast theory with what you could call reality through looking at empirical evidence, for looking at empirical research in our field of technology and innovation management, and see what holds true with respect to the theories we have. And only if theory and empirical evidence correspond well, then we engage in actionable insights. We talk about how to implement what has been proven by theory and supported by empirical insights. And finally, we try to deliver our learning objectives through a plethora of different teaching formats. We are obviously still in an online context, and here we integrate videos, asynchronous learning approaches. We meet digitally online for a joint discussion, and please be active in that, because actually when you become more active, you learn more. And we provide you with papers and so on, which help you to digest the information we have and dig a step deeper in order to achieve the learning objectives we envision. Also, this winter term, unfortunately, will be more or less fully virtual for several reasons. One is that with the size of the courses we operate, it is impossible to host you all at the same time in the auditorium. Also, we know that some of you have not been able to travel to Germany to attend our courses, at least not to attend our courses in physical presence. We have not so good experiences with hybrid courses, so gathering a few people on site and then letting others participate virtually. Rather, we'd like to go fully virtual to achieve an optimal learning through the adequate measures in this online teaching format. Still, we want to make it interactive, and interactive meaning interactive with me, with the PhD fellows engaged, with the student teaching assistants engaged, but also interactive with respect to that we want you to collaborate in groups, and we'll facilitate that. To make all this happen in an adequate and appealing format, we try to employ different formats, multiple formats in our teaching. I mean, we've been exercising that for the past year and a half, and I think we have reached a level which actually offers you adequate learning. On this slide, you find our whole teaching portfolio for a whole academic year. You see it's structured across 3 pillars. First pillar is project management. It focuses on the dominant form of organizing innovation and technology work. We organize innovation management and technology management in projects. The second pillar is on the topic of innovation management. So how to bring forth the new in an organizational context. And typically we take the perspective of established organization and how these established organizations renew and innovate. And then we have the third and special pillar on technology management. I mean, we are at a technical university and we need to consider how technological advancements can be brought forward in a systematic manner and how we can leverage these technological advancements into a corporate context to make them benefit both from an innovation perspective and from a more general perspective. Then, apart from these 3 pillars, we structure our courses into 3 levels. We deliver fundamental courses, which deliver basic knowledge, which give you a framework for understanding what kind of the basics of management in each of these pillars is relevant, in particular in project management and innovation management. Then we have what we call core modules, in which we introduce core and central concepts, both with respect to project management, where we talk about strategic project management and agile organizations in particular. In innovation management, we talk about corporate innovation management, but we also talk about the processes employed and the actors involved in innovation management. And in technology management, we introduce all the core concepts of technology management in these courses. And then finally, building on the fundamentals and the core modules, we have research and practice deep dives, what we call it. Here we offer courses which either pick out one topic and go much more into detail on understanding what we know in research. This actually also offers the opportunity to understand in much more greater detail how knowledge is generated through research in these areas. Or we pick out specific topics which we look at from a practical perspective, where we draw on concrete industry examples and which are developed along these industry examples, often in interaction with industry. These then are our deep dive courses, and we expect you actually to take the core modules and a number of these deep dive modules in order to mature towards a stage on which you may qualify for example, writing a master thesis at our chair. If you look at our overarching teaching portfolio, we have highlighted the courses which we offer in the current ongoing winter term. So we offer fundamentals of project management, as we offer that course every term, and we offer another fundamental course, that's the organization and innovation management course. We also offer that every term. On the core modules, we offer Strategic Project Management Agile Organization, which is held by Professor Eric Schott, and we offer our Corporate Innovation course or core module in Innovation Management. In Innovation Management, we take the deep dives with respect to the Advanced Research Seminar. Actually, we offer two kinds of Advanced Research Seminars this term, but more on that a little later. In this course of Fundamentals of Project Management, we're looking at the central elements of how to manage a project. That's actually quite a relevant task, as many companies organize their activities in terms of projects. There are even a large number of companies who organize all their activities more or less in projects, like a consulting firm, for example. By all means, regardless in which company you are, you will most probably work in a project at some point in time. And projects are a dominant form of studying, in fact, too. So when you, for example, write your bachelor thesis, you can consider that as a project. So learning about how to manage such a project, what a project is and what the different steps in project management is, that's what's happening in this course here. We deliver you a lot of different materials for that. We put you into groups, and you can apply what you hear in the lecture and from the materials. You can apply that to your group work, and you have to perform a number of deliverables in this group, and these deliverables will form part of your grading. We'd also do a written exam, which also adds to your grading. And so finally, your grade is kind of composed of all these different elements which you have to deliver throughout the course. Please remember to register your participation in this course, so that we can form the groups and start working as fast as possible, actually, so that you can complete this course within this term. We try to schedule the exams a way that actually you will have delivered most of what needs to be delivered for grading by the end of this term. This course in Fundamentals of Project Management is, on the one hand, delivered by myself. I have produced a whole series of videos. I have voice-over PowerPoints, and we are running a number of synchronous but also recorded lectures, which should give you kind of an overview. Then we have Philip, who is in charge of the exercise. Also, this is mostly online, and we're available for your questions. And so is Anindya, our TA, which helps us in performing all the works and keeps track of what's happening in the groups. The other course in our portfolio, which is much more at the basic or fundamental level, is the Introduction to Innovation Management, which is part of the bachelor course in Organization and Innovation Management. We cover the second half of the term, where we will focus on specific aspects of innovation management. We'll certainly have a look at what innovations is, and we develop then innovation management from the perspective of what kind of barriers are opposing or challenging firms to bring on new products or new services. The goal for you is to understand here what innovation is about, why it's difficult, and what you can do as a firm to set up systems, in particular what kind of organizational approaches you can take for becoming more successful in innovation. In order to achieve that, we have a large set of voice-over PowerPoint recordings on central aspects of the lecture. We have a number of online synchronous and asynchronous events where we can discuss specific aspects of innovation management. And we have an exercise which tries to link the contents of what we deal with in the lecture by looking at specific scientific papers in conjunction with an actual case study. So we're going through each individual of these topics we cover in the lecture in the context of a case, and in this case we then apply a little bit more thorough knowledge presented in scientific papers. So that way, through the exercise, you both learn a way of how we generate our knowledge about innovation management from research perspective and how that becomes relevant in a practical context. This course, because the number of students participating in this course is so large, this course has basically one deliverable for grading, and that's a final written exam in terms of a multiple choice. In the exercise, we will also go through some examples of multiple choice questions to prepare you for that kind of exam. And we also give you access to past multiple choice exams so that you can practice a little bit and gain an understanding on how that deliverable will materialize when you take the exam. Actually, there is a textbook which relates to this course. Unfortunately, as not all of you have been provisioned yet, I reserve the right to tell at a later point in time whether the textbook will become relevant for the exam or not. So obviously it can only become relevant for the exam if everyone has access to the textbook through the library of TU Berlin. If that's not the case by the middle of the term, well then we have to resort to my lecture slides and to the papers which we discuss in the exercise. This course here is delivered by a team of people, so including myself. We have Mona, who is the instructor and module coordinator of this course, and we have two very experienced teaching assistants, Celine and Kareem, who will also guide you through the exercise. All in all, we hope you enjoy this course on the Introduction for Innovation Management, which kind of paves the way, if you're interested in that topic, to our more advanced programs, advanced courses and modules, which would then come in the master program in particular. Now we come to some of the more fundamental courses, core courses we offer in our program. And one of these core courses is Strategic Project Management and Agile Organization. We actually expect you to have some fundamental knowledge of project management before you enter into this course. Either you have gained that through participating in our Fundamentals of Project Management, or you have taken another course which delivers you the same level of insight into what individual project management is about. Because in this course, we go beyond that. We look at a corporate level. We look at how corporates manage portfolios of projects, and how this portfolio of projects, for example, is turned towards facilitating a digital transformation of these firms. We also integrate sustainability aspects into this perspective. So how can sustainability be enforced and promoted within the corporate context through strategic project management? For that issue, we also touch upon a number of what you could call more advanced or modern project management approaches, in particular agile project management approaches, how they are translated into practical aspects, and how they effectuate both a digital transformation and a sustainability transformation. This course is delivered by Eric Schott, our honorary professor here at our chair. And as I mentioned earlier, he comes with a thorough industry background, and we draw on that by linking conceptual work with industrial practice and cases. This will be further facilitated through inviting corporate experts to give guest lectures and to discuss with you. In terms of deliverables, we expect you to do a group presentation. You have to write individual essays. And we will facilitate a written exam as well in this course. It is important that you actively participate. This course is limited with respect to the number of participants, and hence we require you to register for this course, and registering goes along with filling in a questionnaire so that we can select the adequate students for this course. Eric Schott will offer an additional glimpse on how this course will be structured and what we will cover in this term at a later point. You will find more information on that on our homepage. As I mentioned, Strategic Project Management and Agile Organization. This course is primarily delivered by Professor Eric Schott. He is supported by Nadine and Paula, who both work as instructors and who coordinate group works and the whole structure of this course. You will be also exposed to a number of industry experts who will give guest lectures and be available for discussions with you. Now we come to one of our core courses in the pillar of innovation management, and that is what we call corporate innovation management. Here we will look at established firms and what these firms do to facilitate successful innovation management. We look at all different facets, from strategy over culture to the formal organizational instruments, all the way to the informal organizational mechanisms, including organizational culture and how that impacts the portfolio of innovative developments at the firm and how it impacts overall success of these firms. This course draws extensively on recent research in these fields and builds a framework for how established firms can maneuver within the innovation management space. So to that extent, it provides a deep dive into selected topics of corporate innovation management. We look at scientific literature, but we combine that with a practical case study, and we'll try to incorporate selected inputs from industrial practice as well. This course builds on you heavily participating. For that extent, we limit participation in this course to 50 students to achieve this interactive format with you. I really want to discuss all these topics with you intensively. You will have to perform group presentations on selected topics. In the exercise, you will be working on a specific case study, and we have selected a number of papers which you need to read and incorporate into developing that case. We will, towards the end of this course, also engage in an industrial practice where we have an industry partner coming in and giving us a challenge which you should then thoroughly work on and give a presentation as well. Ultimately, a deliverable will be a final essay, which helps us in grading you in this course. So this is a master course which builds on thorough interaction between you, me, and the rest of the teaching team on this course, and it should provide you a great understanding of what it means to manage innovation in established firms. This course is primarily developed and delivered by myself and by Felix Pinko, who is also the exercise instructor. We will onboard a teaching assistant onto this course in due time, so we'll form a little teaching team of 3 persons, and as I said, actually, it's going to be an interactive course, so we depend heavily on your interaction as well. With our master module on Advanced Research Seminar in Innovation Management, we have one of our what we call deep dive modules. In this course, we will look at the conceptual fundaments of creativity-related behaviors. Creativity is kind of one of the starting points for innovation activity. To become innovative, you need to do something new, and to be able to do something new, you need to be able to think the new. Now, what kind of relates to this ability to thinking the new? This will be a central aspect which we will deal with in this course, where we will draw on literature, on theoretical perspectives, but also have a look at the empirical literature, which kind of tries to support some of our theoretical understandings of the underpinnings of individual level creativity. You will conduct your own literature research. You will have to review that literature, and you have to develop your own conceptual framework. Obviously, we will support you in that so that you'll learn developing your conceptual framework. This is an essential activity which also is required when you will have to write your master thesis. And as such, this course prepares you for your master thesis. We will also try to facilitate what we call peer support. because actually you learn a lot by explaining others how their question could be approached. So ultimately, this course will prepare you for scientific work required to conclude your master's studies in terms of a master thesis. We would like you to register for this course, and by registration, you will have to fill out a questionnaire, and again, that questionnaire will help us in selecting the adequate number of students for this course. We expect not to have more than 15 to 20 students in this course in order to actually create this strong interaction between you and us as lecturers in this course. Our Advanced Research Seminar in Innovation Management is delivered by Birgit Penjer, who is a postdoc at the Tim Chair, and by Mona Freeman, who is a PhD. Both are working in their research with these topics of individual level creativity and the underpinnings of that. So you can look forward to two researchers who deal with this topic in their daily own research. I think this offers you a unique opportunity, not only to learn something about the fundamentals of innovation management, but also to learn on how research in this field is progressing. Finally, we are offering additional deep dive master module, a research and practice seminar in innovation management, which has this maybe a little odd but innovative title of Turn and Face the Strange, Digital Transformation Management Theory and Practice. This is an innovative addition to our portfolio of master courses, which we offer this term, because we can draw on this unique opportunity to have Heide Baumann as a guest lecturer and as a guest professor at our chair. Heide comes from a research background, but in particular also a thorough and long-lasting industry career. She will deliver insights on digital transformation and in particular the change management, both from a theory and practice perspective, so on the change management required to facilitate digital transformation in firms. We will focus on organizational factors which shape that transformation, and how we can manage that transformation, in particular in established organizations. We will look at this both from a conceptual, theoretical perspective, but in particular draw on the rich experience Heide brings to the table and based on some very valuable case studies which can help us understand better the complexities and challenges involved in these transformation processes and what is demanded by change management. Again, this is a seminar. We limit participation to a feasible number of students to facilitate active participation. We are required to deliver group presentations, and you will have to conclude this course by delivering an essay. We ask you to please fill out again here for registration and questionnaire anesis, which guides us also in selecting and developing groups and group works in this seminar. Take advantage of this novel addition to our teaching portfolio and enjoy an intensive seminar with Heide Baumann. So as just mentioned, our research and practice seminar, which then will take a much closer look at practice and change management, is delivered by Heide Baumann, who is our new guest professor here at the Tim Chair at TU Berlin, and who is looking so much forward to meeting you and to discuss with you these issues of change management in digital transformation. Now, all the previous slides gave you an introduction to our teaching portfolio this winter term, and I touched upon some of the major issues which we will cover in our different modules. Typically, you'll have plenty of questions. I offer you two ways of getting answers on your multiple questions. Well, one is you can browse our homepage and you'll find all the responsible lecturers and course instructors and coordinators for each of the different courses on our webpage, and you can either write us an email or you can, if need be, book a consultation hour in order to get answers on very specific questions which we were maybe not able to answer through your email requests. Also, we offer a introduction on the first Monday of the term at 12 o'clock. This will be advertised on our homepage as well, where I will go through the different courses again and try to answer all your questions so that you can make an educated decision on what of your study profile, how that will look for the coming winter term 21-22. So there are multiple avenues to getting in contact with us, and we try to be very responsive so that you can make the right decisions in your study program. We are looking forward to seeing you in class. Actually, we're looking forward to that a lot. Let's embark on an interesting discussion on the challenges and the opportunities of different facets of innovation management in this winter term 21-22. We look at the fundamental side of it. We look at how we organize for innovation, particularly in the terms of projects. We take a corporate level perspective, both in terms of how we facilitate the project organization on a corporate level, but also how we facilitate specific organizational means towards improving our innovation abilities at the corporate level. And we take selective deep dives into different areas where we look at how we generate creative decisions and creative thought processes at individual level, all the way to how we facilitate change management for digital transformation. So this wide portfolio of different courses this term, I think, offer you great opportunity for understanding more about innovation management. Come and enjoy that together with us. See you in class.